Writer's block happens to all of us, and what I'm calling writer's block is also called producer's block, creative block. It's kind of like the flow of energy that we use to create just gets disrupted, or we lose the motivation or the inspiration to keep creating. And there are things that I've learned over the years to do to help overcome those situations. Today I'm going to share them with you, so let's dive in. Writer's block, or creative block, or producer's block, whatever you want to call it. It's a block that gets in our way of doing what we want to do, what we're meant to do as creators. And if you're listening to this, some of you might be a manager or a sync agent or a library owner, but a lot of you, I'm guessing, like me, are artists and creators, and you just love to create. And with that comes a certain degree of, I'm going to call it moodiness, but it's not just moodiness. It's what I mean by that is your mood affects what you can create. If you're in a bad mood, if you have a bad day, if other things are getting in your way, then that can sometimes inhibit us from creating or wanting to create. And other times when you're sad, when you're emotional, when you're extremely happy, it can also be inspirational to allow that mood and that feeling and that energy to come through song. It's a method of communication, of expression, and I think that it can go either way. So there's things that I do that I use to break out of that when I land in those places. The first thing is to create micro challenges for yourself. Micro challenges, I mean mini challenges, like trying something that's a little bit out of your comfort zone, something to inspire you. Because if we get in the habit of doing the same thing over and over again, it can sometimes become mundane and redundant. So it's good to break that up a little bit every so often, maybe even a lot. And with licensing, I've found it's really good to hear music that pushes the envelope. And in order to do that, you're going to have to step outside your comfort zone and try things that you normally wouldn't try. And you might be surprised at what you're capable of when you do that. So creating micro challenges. For instance, if you're a hip hop producer, if you produce beats and you never attempted like rock or country music, try it. Pick up a banjo and try playing something on the banjo, and now put that into your beat or something. Try to step out of your comfort zone a bit. Even try writing a country song. And I guess the reverse, if you're a country artist and you've never done hip hop, give it a try. Try writing a hip hop top line or creating a beat, producing a beat. Micro challenges. I say micro because I don't want you to think about challenges that are too unreachable. Your challenges, your goals, they should be attainable. You don't want to see this huge mountain. It's good to have a vision on where you're headed long term, but you want to have micro steps along the way to get there. It's not like you're going to go from 0 to 100 just like that. It doesn't work like that. And if you do that, you're going to miss a lot of the important steps along the way. So micro challenges, creating mini challenges for yourself. If you play guitar and you've never played violin before, why don't you buy a violin? See how you do with that. Try watching some lessons online. Try practicing for a month or two on violin. Practice every day or 3 days a week for a month and see how you do. If you like it, at least give it a try. And if it works, great. Now you have a new instrument in your repertoire. You don't have to be the best violinist, but you could play a few notes here and there that you can then program into your records and record into your records. So it's good to push the envelope and create these little micro challenges. And in licensing too, I challenge you to go watch 3 TV shows that you like and then go research them online on TuneFind or IMDb or whatsong.com and find out what type of music they use. And now look up what artists are like you in that show. And then I challenge you to reach out to the supervisor. Those are little micro challenges that you can do that will help you get licensed. So creating these micro challenges, that's the first thing that can help you get out of this writer's block space, because it will allow you to open up and feel motivated to create again, to produce or write or both. The number 2 thing, join an online course to get inspired again, to be acquiring knowledge. Sometimes, at least when I was in college and in schooling, when there was a subject that I really loved, I woke up. There was a lot of classes I took where I didn't like and I literally would sleep. And then when I took a class that I loved, it would really invigorate me. And we're lucky to be working in a place where We love what we do. We love music, and you're not working in this business if you don't love music. If you don't love music and you're working in this business, you're in the wrong business, so please leave. But for everyone else and all of you here, I know you love music. That's why you're here and you want to license it. Joining an online course, whether it's mine or someone else's, can really help you break free of that writer's block, because you get inspired again to create. If it's a course about mixing, or a course about being a library composer, or a course about music licensing business, or a course about metadata, or whatever it is, to just kind of stir the neurons in your brain and get the serotonin moving so that you can fire on all synapses. I don't know, I'm speaking in language that I don't usually speak, so these words are not the best words, but you get the point. It can help you by joining a course online, so you can feel invigorated and inspired and educated again, so that you can move forward and create. So that can also help you break free of writer's block or producer block. Another one, the third one, and these all are intertwined. They all kind of go together if you don't notice. The third one is to have a plan. I want you to write up a plan for the next 3 months. It could be a bullet list of 5 bullet points, just 5 to-dos that you want to accomplish. They can't be too small, like take out the trash, write 1 song. Like, that's a little too small for 3 months. For 1 week, that could be a goal, write 1 song. But I want you to have a plan. The important thing is that you write it down. It can be typed up, it can be handwritten somewhere in a planner. You could use the Notes app, which is what I love to use, because you have the little check boxes on Notes, and that's really nice for those who have Apple. Having a plan will help you break free of writer's block, because then you have a deadline. You're setting deadlines for yourself to accomplish certain goals. So write 3 songs a week for the next month. 3 songs a week. You got to make the time to do that. And if it turns into, you tried it and you only hit 2, don't worry about it. Don't put so much pressure on yourself. Dial it back, change it, cross out the 3 and put 2 songs a week. If that doesn't work, cross it out and put 1 song a week. If you write 1 song a week, you're in 4 songs a month. That's a lot of songs. So set these goals, have a plan, create micro challenges for yourself, join an online course, have a long-term plan and a short-term plan. These can really help you break free of writer's block. And you have to write, you have to create music constantly. You have to work that muscle and exercise that muscle constantly if you're going to have success in licensing your music, because what gets licensed are the quality songs. And the artists that do it regularly are the ones that get licensed the most. If you think about it, the artists that are on major labels, on major publishers, that's all they do is write. And a lot of them tour, they perform, they practice, they write, they play, they perform, they write, they play, they perform. They're doing this day in and day out. So to compete with them, you have to do the same if you want to have a chance at getting and infiltrating the same world that they're in. And the music licensing world is being utilized by all the major labels and publishers and all the major artists that you can think of, from Kanye West to Taylor Swift to Sheryl Crow to the Black Keys to anybody, Eddie Vedder, Pearl Jam. I say Eddie Vedder because I saw him recently. He does licenses. He writes to picture. He writes to films. He works with Sean Penn a lot. There's this whole world of artists that do this regularly, and it's not just that they're just focused on licensing. They're focused on creating constantly. So you want to create as much as you can. You want to break free of that writer's block, and you'll find success licensing your music. If you're interested in getting your songs into your favorite TV shows, films, commercials, trailers, and video games, you're going to want to check out the free guide below.